Good day, everyone. My devotional this morning will be taken from Messages to Young People, chapter 33. Conformity to the world. Those who travel on the narrow way are talking of the joy and happiness they will have at the end of the journey. The narrow way, right? Narrow way. Good. Their countenances are often sad, yet often beam with holy, sacred joy. Can you imagine yourself on that narrow way right now? Right? They do not dress like the company on the broad road. Dress code, or talk like them, or act like them, right? A pattern has been given them. A man of sorrows, who is Jesus, acquainted with grief, opened that road before them and traveled it himself. Jesus traveled this narrow road himself already, right? His followers, which are us, we as Adventists, see his footsteps and are comforted and cheered. He went through safely, so can they, if they follow his footsteps. So that is the first paragraph. In this first paragraph, get the keywords. Those who traveling on the narrow way are following Christ's footsteps. Next key thing to take from here is they do not dress like those on the broad road. They don't act like those on the broad road. And they do not talk like those on the broad road. Thank you. Broad road. In the broad road, all are occupied with their persons, their dress, and the pleasures in the way. So they occupy with their dress and the pleasures on the broad road, right? Just repeat. Good. They indulge freely in hilarity and glee and think not of their journey's end or of the certain destruction at the end of the path. They're not thinking about the destruction because the things of the world distracting their mind from the thing that is most important, which is the soul salvation. Let me go again. Every day they approach nearer and nearer their destruction, yet they madly rush on faster and faster. Oh, how dreadly this is to me. So because the things of the world distracting them, they're not focused on their soul salvation. They have TV, video game, Facebook, WhatsApp. They have all them things to distract them from what is really important. They're not thinking of the destruction at the end of their journey. Right? I saw many traveling in this broad road who had written upon them, dead to the world. The end of all things is at hand. Be ye also ready. They looked just like the vain ones around them, except a shade of sadness which I notice upon their countenances. So these people, you can say we're Adventists. If you watch the signal down there, it say, go down. It say they had written upon them, dead to the world. The end of all things is at hand. Be ye also ready, right? They look just like the vain ones around them, except a shade of sadness, which I noticed was upon their countenances. Their conversations was just like the gay, thoughtless ones around them. But they would occasionally, point. Go ahead. They will occasionally point with great satisfaction to the letters on their garments, which is dead to the world, the end of all things at hand. Be also ready, right? So occasionally they will point to these things, which is on their garments. They were in the broad road, yet they professed to be of that number who were traveling the narrow way. What a sad statement, my friends. They were in the broad road, yet they professed to be of that number who were on the narrow way. Those around them would say, there is no distinction between us. We are alike. We dress and talk and act alike. So imagine them on the broad way telling you who think you on the narrow way, but there are no distinction between you and me. We dressing alike, we talking alike, and we acting the same way. Very sad, my friends. I was shown the conformity of some professed Sabbath keepers to the world. Oh, I saw that it is a disgrace to their profession, a disgrace to the cause of God. They give the lie to their profession. They think they are not like the world, but they are so near like them in dress, in conversation and action that there is no distinction. There is no distinction, my friends. I saw them decorating their poor mortal bodies, which are liable at any moment to be touched by the finger of God and laid upon a bed of affliction. Oh, then, as they approach their last change, mortal anguish racks their frames, and the great inquiry then is, am I prepared to die? Prepared to appear before God in judgment and pass the grand review? My friends, this is coming to the end of my devotion, but are you ready to be judged by God? Are you ready to pass before the judgment of God? Just think about it. What are you doing with your time? With your influence? Is there a distinction between you and the things of the world? Is there a distinction between you and the people in the world? Make that distinction great. What you do with your time, what you do with your money, make that distinction great. Spend time in prayer. Spend time in Bible study. Don't waste your time on these follies of the world, brethren. Amen.